everyone. Thanks for taking time out of your Tuesday to join Nate over at Gillico and myself, an annuity sales director here at IMES. Before we get started and hear about all the great stuff happening over at Gillico, we have some important information to share about who we are here at IMES and just a quick highlight of why our agents love working with our team. We will have a few polls throughout the webinar, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them into that webinar questions box, and we'll make sure to get those answers for you today, whether those questions be about IMES or Gillico. And the first thing that I want to highlight is our commitment to delivering the best-in-class customer service for all of our agents who work here at IMES. You're always going to reach a live person with our business hours, and our number is 800-255-5055. We're always going to strive to answer your phone call with an IMES employee within 2 rings or less. As you see on this screen, this is our new producer builders. And for those of you who are new to us here at IMES, within your first 180 days of contracting with us, you're going to have these 3 different production levels, actually four of those different production levels, as you can see on this screen. We have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each one of the levels, there are some great options. So with these business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards that are available within each one. And if you'd like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve the next level, don't hesitate to give us a call and talk with your sales director. Another business builders program that we provide all of our agents is our referred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of the program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. And so this is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. When you do refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we're going to give you a $50 thank you check. And then where the real money comes in is as that referral rights business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, which consists of Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, they sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. And with that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, don't hesitate to type their information into that questions box. And then below that, you'll see a red box that says marketing reimbursement. And within this program, it is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100K in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. And then why this is so popular for our advisors is that we truly consider this to be your money. You're going to have the flexibility on what services, when, and who you use these funds with. So it's your marketing reimbursement. We're not going to tell you what vendors you have to use. We are going to recommend vendors that we partner with to leverage those reduced rates and preferred service. We also have our creative team to create a full marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account, or just really have a conversation how to utilize it, don't hesitate to give your sales director a call here, and we'd love to speak with you about that. Our back office support team is another way that we add value to your business. This is the core of IMES and how we were founded years ago in 1986. So we want to help the advisor work smarter, not harder, and we're going to do that with our great business building tools and resources. And then, of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes is an area that we do assist with. So we're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours. And in all reality, you are going to get those much quicker, usually within the hour. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. So Mackenzie is the head of the annuity team, and Michelle is head of the life side. So they both have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every single day to help you get commission quicker. We're going to scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking and get you updates on those cases as needed. We do this to ensure that you get commissioned as quickly as possible. And so this is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers, and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients, where our team handles that back office support for you. Our website, which is also known as our IMES portal, and you can see the URL up there. It's imesinc.com. It's a great tool for all of our producers to use, and another reason to work here at IMES. So once you are contracted, you're going to have full access to everything that you see on the slide and so much more at imesinc.com. And saying so much more, you're going to have full access to Annuity Rate Watch, where you can go on there and see the updated rates. So you'll be able to go on there, look up Gillico and see the updated rates on there. But if you haven't registered for their website yet, it is very simple to do so. And so when we're done with the call, you can go ahead and create an account. And if you'd like to know how to have access, or if something's not working on it, just give me a buzz if you'd like to know. If you'd like to know just more information on it. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of our carriers are on our Luma Firelight eApp platform, so you can go to one site to submit all of your business. Some carriers are going to eApp only for some of their product lines, and will also offer extra comp just for utilizing the eApp platform. So make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app if you can earn more just by doing eApp. We do have a full in-house creative team. We can help you help your practice, and a lot of the items are turnkey and available out there for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And then, speaking on logos, agency solutions is an area of expertise for our team. So if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help out with that. This is going to assist with your name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. And then lastly, digital marketing solutions is another very popular topic here at IME. So we can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. So just making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to growing your business. So if you're receiving leads and after your first appointment with any of the prospects that you're going after, the overwhelming majority of the first prospects, the first thing that they're going to do after they leave that meeting, they're going to go and vet you online. So it's very critical that you are represented in those marketing lanes. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis, as you can see on this screen. So any agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs, whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors from everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. So we'll sit down with you. It's a two-step marketing analysis. The first step, we're going to learn how you're currently marketing today, and just more about your practice and different ways that you want to target consumers in your area. And then it allows us to put together this full marketing plan for you. We get with our creative team and we sit down with you to introduce it to you. We founded our IMES Wealth several years ago, and what we've done is grow this division of IMES very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. So once they have registered, IMES Wealth will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have great technology and great investment platforms. So this has been a major growth sector of our business, and AUM could be a major growth sector for your business as well. We have lots of incentive trips throughout the years here at IME. So we are gearing up for our next incentive trip, which is going to be to the Dominican Republic. This is going to be held with Athene March 22nd to the 25th of 2026. So it's just right around the corner. So all of your Athene annuity premium is counting towards qualifying, and for just 4 million points, we'll punch a ticket for you and a guest. So don't hesitate to give your sales director a call for more details about this trip. And then speaking of incentive trips, so, also we have another one that you can see on this screen, and this is with SILAC, and it's going to be held in Park City, Utah. This is going to be held August 2nd through the 5th of 2026, and just $2 million in paid SILAC FIA premium. Now through April 30th of 2026, we'll get you and a guest to be able to go over to this trip. And then talking about um, Life and Annuity Academies, I am going to launch the first poll today. And what a Life and Annuity Academy, this is an in-person training event. They typically last 3 days, a Wednesday through Friday, and we bring top producers in the industry as well as marketing programs into our home office. And it's a great way for you to connect with your peers in the industry, as well as as well as learn from top producers in the industry and going over their sales spiels. And it's a great way to learn from these marketing programs how to implement them, how to implement new marketing strategies into your practice today. But here on February 4th, we are going to hold one of these virtually, and it's called our IMS Ascend event. So it's the same thing as an in-person event, but you can watch it from the comfort of your own home. So that's what this poll is. If you would like more information on our IMS Ascend event, and really, if you would like more information, I'll certainly get the link on over to you. But I'd certainly take that day off. You're going to hear a lot of great resources and values that you could incorporate into your practice. And yeah, no, thank you everyone for your participation. It helps me out with who wants the link and not. And we are going to have 2 more polls by the end of the webinar. So I'll keep this poll going for about 3 more seconds. And if you would like more information on our next IMS Academy, we don't have a set in stone date for the next in-person event, but this Ascend event again is going to be held on February 4th. Thanks for that participation. Lastly, don't hesitate to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And now I'm going to pass the screen on over to Nate at Gillico, where we have a very long relationship, very highly sought out carrier, a lot of business with our partnership with Gillico. So I highly recommend getting some illustrations ran. And yeah, if you have any additional questions after this webinar on Gillico, don't hesitate to give me a call. But here you go, Nate. You should have presenter access.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jake. It looks like it's just getting fired up here. Really appreciate you having me, and I appreciate everyone that's taken time out of your day to learn a little bit about us as a carrier and how we might be able to help your book of business and your clientele. So I want to first wish everybody a happy new year. I know we're only 2 weeks in, but 2026 is upon us, and we have some high aspirations for this year, and I hope, and I'm sure you have some as well. So today we're going to be talking about how you as advisors can turn market pressures like volatility, inflation, and uncertainty into predictable outcomes for your clients. We'll walk through some practical accumulation strategies you can use immediately in your planning here in 2026. And the ultimate reality is that retirement for Americans is changing. Clients aren't retiring for 10 or 15 years anymore. Many are facing 25 to 30-year retirements that, any small mistakes early on can have outsized consequences. With elevated market environments, inflation, very sticky, and our advisors and agents are being asked to do more than ever before. And so we're going to be going through some real life examples. Our FIA suite, that's going to be our top priority this year, is to have the most competitive FIA products in the marketplace that are easy to understand. And we'll definitely open it up for any questions at the end. That is my direct cell phone and email. If you have questions or want to reach out to your wholesale, I handle the relationship with IMS and have handled the relationship for the last 3 years, and they are all wonderful to work with. And with that said, we have direct case managers. You have a direct wholesale team here at Gillico, so definitely reach out. Love to get to know you and why working with IMS is a great decision if you're on the fence. So a little bit about Guarantee Income Life Couvert. So Couvert is likely a word you have not heard before. Couvert was founded in 2015 by our current CEO, Dhiren Javari. Dhiren previously was at Salmon's Financial Group, and he created Couvert from the ground up. Couvert in Hindu means protector of wealth, and at the very core of Couvert is technology and innovation, with the goal of providing the most policyholder value. That's why we come to work every day, is our fellow Americans are entrusting us with their hard-earned retirement, and we want to make sure that everything that we design and distribute is in the most efficient way possible, with the end goal in mind of providing the most policyholder value. The business units you see on this screen create a continuous circle spanning from retail insurance, reinsurance, asset management, and technology, where each vertical complements others to create a total value that is greater than the sum of each individual vertical. So on the retail insurance side, Gillico, that's us, We are the IMO channel for Kuvare. So Kuvare is our parent company, of course. United Life, you'll see on the screen, they are our sister company. They handle our direct relationships with advisors as well as the financial institution market. In the institutional channel, we offer reinsurance solutions focused on direct and proprietary relationships in underserved markets all around the world. Technology and consulting, we have our own product developer called Ignite Partners that not only builds products for Gillico, but we also consult with other insurance companies and provide intel and expertise on how to make sure that the products are competitive and are ready for the long term. And last but not least is our strategic investment team. We've partnered with Blue Owl Capital. Blue Owl Capital is publicly traded, and they manage 80% of our assets. And we provide them the rules-based investment approach, and they have the scale and team to execute at the lowest cost possible. That simply, if we were to do it all on our own, we wouldn't be able to. So all of these pieces are extremely important for making sure that we are providing the most consumer value, and it's really due to the power of Kuvare. Now, Gillico as a firm, we've been in business for 100 years, actually, as of 2026. And in fact, we're at the end of this month are having a 100-year centennial party down in Baton Rouge at our home office, kind of your 1920s theme, and it's really to celebrate the sustainability, the value that we're providing in the marketplace. We've always been Guarantee Income Life. We've never changed our name. Most people know us as Gillico, but we've since 1926 been Guarantee Income Life. We've been in the long-term care market, the life market, and now our sole focus is in the annuity space, in the retail annuity market, specifically the index annuity space. Some of the other things that may be pertinent for you are rating. We were upgraded in 2023 to an A- with AM Best. We're reaffirmed last year. And we have a dedicated concierge team that we implemented in 2025. So if you value service, client value, that we might be a good fit for your business. Now, as I mentioned, our main focus for this year is going to be creating and distributing the most competitive FIA solutions in the middle market space. Though an FIA might not be right for every client, it checks a lot of boxes to help your clients diversify, protect against loss, and mitigate various risks in their portfolios. FIAs can be used to provide a predictable retirement income for your clients. Additionally, if you have clients who are invested in bonds as their safe money solution, FIAs can be a great bond alternative with no interest rate risk. And ultimately, clients are starting to gravitate towards more predictable outcomes, that they prefer and tend to avoid losses. Everyone's heard the phrase, clients hate losses twice as much as they like gains, and FIAs really solve that problem while helping them participate in any index performance. So on this next slide, I'm going to show you how an FIA can be utilized to help someone recover market losses, and specifically mitigate sequence of return risks. So, a challenge that retirees may face when relying primarily on investment portfolios for income is sequence of return risk. And that's really when market downturns happen early in retirement. The first few years of retirement are the most important and significant, that could erode the value of the portfolio and potentially lead to premature depletion. So let's say your client, Jake, since Jake Brunton from Mines is hosting us today, Jake is 65 and he wants to draw retirement income from his portfolio each year to supplement other income sources. He's worried about the impact of negative market performance. In scenario A on the left, things play out okay since the negative performance happens down the road, not in the beginning years. But when we look at scenario B on the right, the negative performance happens earlier, and you can see how it causes the funds to deplete in 13 at year 13, even though both scenarios assume a 3% rate of return. That's an average return. This makes Jake's nervous because nobody truly knows when negative market performance could occur. But what we do know is beginning and earlier in retirement, those first few years are significantly more important, as by age 78, his retirement portfolio is depleted, whereas on the left-hand side, he's got well over $50,000 after 15 years at age 80. So that's a major benefit of FIAs is we completely eliminate any sequence of return risk with that principal protected floor. Now, as far as what we have to offer you and your clients to mitigate this sequence of return risk, we have built and have distributed our flagship WealthChoice product for the last 6 years. This launched in February of 2020, and we wanted to design something that was very easy for you to explain to a client. One of the things about the WealthChoice is it is designed both for growth and income, but there's only one value. So you only have to explain one bucket of money, which is their true account value. And that is also, having only an account value, there's some other benefits for that. You get better crediting rates, you get higher payout factors, lower fee drag, etc. And we'll go through that a little bit more in depth, but we wanted to provide a solution where you wouldn't have to find multiple products to solve, growth and income if that's what your client is seeking. As far as strategies that we've added to the WealthChoice, this has been iterated over a few times over the last 6 years. We're known for our S&P strategies as well as our fixed account. So you've got a trigger, a cap, a par, monthly cap on your standard S&P 500 that you can go out and view performance, and everyone trusts the index, and it's performed extremely well. So that's where a majority of our indexes are utilized. But we've added some other strategies to make sure that we offer guarantees and certainty long term. So our Barclays and our S&P Dynamic Intraday, both of those rates are guaranteed for the term of the contract, regardless of allocation. So those are just provide additional certainties that the carriers got their back when it comes to renewal rates, and which leads me to my next point. This is extremely important to us. We spend very little, if any, on advertising and marketing externally. Most of our advisors and clients come from referrals, with most of that coming from good outcomes. So where do those good outcomes come from? They come from strong renewal rates and integrity. We've built our business on accountability and trust, having competitive rates, great client outcomes. And on the screen here, you actually have our renewal history over the last 6 years. And 93.7% of our contracts that have been issued have not had a reduction in rate on any index strategy. 4.2% of our book has had a reduction of less than 10%, and 2.1% of our contracts have had a reduction slightly outside of 10%. And that just shows our diligence in making sure that we're pricing our products appropriately and make this a top priority. We've also added bailout provisions, guaranteed options, that high minimum floor to ensure that the client's opportunity for upside is not eroded during their contract. Because it is a 5 to 10 year commitment, we want to make sure that they have a lot of tools and resources to be confident in the decision they're making with an FI with Gillico. What are people utilizing right now? In today's economic environment, elevated the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Russell, everything seems to be at record highs. The fixed rate is ultra competitive right now and has been for quite a while. We have seen an uptick in utilization and just making sure we get off to a good start compounding interest. Our fixed rate is 5% on all versions. So you got a 5-year, a 7-year, a 10-year, and a 10-year with a 10% premium bonus, all of which is a 5% year one fixed. We do expect that to come down in the 3% range next year. Just know that you do have a 2.65% minimum guarantee for life. So that's not just for 5, 7, or 10 years. That is for as long as the contract is active, that is a minimum floor rate. If you do pair the bonus with the 5% fixed account, you do guarantee the client a return of a 15.5% yield in that first year. And then you still have that 265 minimum for life after the first year. The 265, I think, is something that's overlooked on our contract as well as our competitor contracts. The minimum guarantees that carriers are offering are a huge value in overall planning and making sure that you have a solution shall interest rates fall to levels that we saw in 2020 and from 2009 to 2016. See the chart at the bottom there? That's just showing you the one-year treasury rate yield over the last 18 years. 265, as you can see there, there's only been 5 years over the last 18 where 265 would have been a worse rate than the one-year treasury. That just shows you, the minimum floor rates are really important. So after 10 years, if interest rates fall, you have a solution, a guaranteed fixed solution that's locked in. As long as that contract is still active, that it is guaranteed never to go below 2.65%. And you hedge against any reinvestment and interest rate risk. So if you're interested in learning about that or how minimum guarantees are built into contracts, minimum guaranteed cash surrender value, certainly reach out to your folks at IMES or myself. I'm happy to answer those questions. The other thing that we implemented here recently is the ability to show the client, if we do go with the fixed allocation that first year, let's make sure we get off to a good start with a 5% return. We can look to reallocate after the first year. And our illustration software now has reallocations live where you can show that allocation the first year, and then you can reallocate to up to 5 strategies after year 1. It will do all the performance calculation, and it'll show the client the plan to utilize that good rate, and then look to reallocate after the first year. Our rate sheet, to keep it simple, we do not have premium banding. This is our entire sheet. You have it in columns: 5-year, 7-year, 10-year, with a bonus, 10-year without a bonus. There's no fee for the premium bonus. So the client wants to ensure that high first-year return. Maybe you need to refinance an existing contract that has poor renewals. That bonus is available at no fee. There's just simply an opportunity cost, right? The rates are slightly lower on the index strategies than the non-bonus version. The two near the bottom, the Barclays Global Quality and the Dynamic Intraday, both of those rates are guaranteed and locked for the full term, regardless of allocation. So if they go fixed rate the first year, they would have that Dynamic Intraday between 8 and 13%, and that is locked in for the term of the contract. The other thing I would like to point out briefly is the bailout cap rate. Bailout caps, for those of you who may not be familiar, they're simply an insurance on the insurance policy for renewal rate integrity. So you have our annual point-to-point cap above. If we ever reduce our renewals to this bailout rate or below, all it has to do is touch that bailout rate. The contract becomes fully liquid. So it's a protection against the carrier reducing rates and provides that confidence long term. 7.5% bailout, that is the highest bailout in the industry on an S&P strategy. 10% is near the top for a cap rate. So if you do utilize S&P caps in your business, you like the S&P 500, it's easy, you like the performance, we have plenty of options for you, as well as protection on the S&P with the bailout provision. One other thing I'll note on the bailout, you do not need to be allocated to the annual point-to-point cap to get the bailout rate. So say the client's in the Barclays Global Index and the Dynamic Intraday. If we ever reduce our rates for whatever reason, likely due to volatility, if that were to happen, the client can walk fully liquid at that point, even if they're not in this strategy. So really nice protection. I just want to quickly show what an illustration would look like. So here you've got the 5% fixed, reallocating to that 13% cap lock on the intraday. What does that look like? Well, it actually calculates your return, annual effective yield of 8.29% over 7 years. Absolutely no downside risk, and that 13% rate is not able to be changed. It's contractual, and it is S&P focused. So a little bit about the intraday, or we call it the TCA index. The index is your next generation vol control because of its high equity exposure at 15%. It's the highest vol control percentage in the industry. Why is that important? Well, on index annuity, volatility is your friend because you already have that floor. The only thing that you're wanting to do is go for the gains, right? So having something that is close to the volatility of the S&P 500, it has the ability to use leverage. So if volatility is low, it can lever up to 2.5 times to get more exposure to the S&P 500. My favorite feature about it is you can trade in and out on our product, and still retain that guaranteed cap. So you could go fixed rate and then move over to the TCA and then back to the fixed rate, and that rate is still locked in. So you can move freely each year, and that rate is locked for the full term of the contract. Here's the year-end performance, just pairing it against the S&P price return. I've got the performance. 2025 was a tough year for the index. It was a little bit slower to get back into the market in April when volatility spiked to record levels since COVID. So when the market bounced back very quickly in April with tariff news, the index stayed in cash due to the high levels of volatility, and that discrepancy and leverage was kind of the main reason why it underperformed last year. It still maintained a 4.8% return, but if you look at it on a 1 year, still performed really well. So if you have questions or want more information about the TCA, certainly reach out. I did want to just briefly highlight the income feature of WealthChoice. There is an optional income rider. That's the only decision the client has to make up front. Do you want the income rider protection or not? We're known for early income, especially joint. We're the only carrier that does not reduce to add a spouse. So anybody that wants to do an early pension type payout, maybe they're rolling over a 401k or an IRA and they want to add a spouse, you can do a single owner, joint income. We'll just simply base it on the youngest spouse's age. Because we don't have guaranteed roll-ups, we'll have extremely high payouts, as you'll see on the right. We even have an increasing option to hedge against inflation. So the way that works, it grows at 3% compounded regardless of market performance. It's contractual. Every year it grows at 3%. So with the target Fed inflation rate at 2, we've priced in 3% just to provide an extra 1% buffer. So the fee for the income rider is 95 basis points. You still participate in the great crediting rates, so you don't have to forgo growth for great income. And you can remove the rider at any time and still participate in the accumulation side of WealthChoice. So to calculate the income, it's just their account value times their payout factor at time of activation, and that's going to be their lifetime withdrawal, contractually guaranteed, whether you go at the level payout or the increasing. Everything is locked in once that income rider is activated. You can start the rider as soon as 30 days after issue. So that would be where I would target. If you've got income riders on the books or you have clients that are just recently retired, we're a great place to start an income stream, maybe to bridge the gap between now and when they turn on Social Security. And you can certainly do joint income, and that's kind of our main niche on the income side. So where did we see a lot of business last year? And I think Jake would agree. With the elevated interest rate environment, we're still seeing a lot of clients take advantage of these great rates and guarantees, the caps and the bailouts and the minimum floors, the high payout factors. So go through your old book of business, anything that's 2 years or older. We should look at it to see if there isn't a better option for them. We do have book reviews that we can set up. We have very transparent suitability guidelines. These are our guidelines. It doesn't have everything. I don't want to bombard you, but these are the highlights. With the bonus product, we'll look up to a 13% or a net 3 loss, as long as the contract's 2 years old. And on a non-bonus product, we'll look up to 5%, with that high 5% fixed rate. So if you have questions, or you think we're a great fit for your book, and you're still doing book reviews, upgrading clients in this high interest rate environment, certainly reach out. And for your efforts to commit your business to us, we do have a compensation enhancement. This starts at $2 million. If you did $2 million with us last year, we greatly appreciate that, and you'll be grandfathered into the same tier this year. But there's a tier at $3 million, $4 million, $5 million, and you have the ability to earn up to a full point extra compensation that we pay directly to you quarterly, retro to $1. We got great feedback on this, and we are continuing to make sure that we offer that extra enhancement. And we'll be launching some products later this year with some other income and growth solutions, and all of that business will be consolidated into this program as well. So be on the lookout for that. And Jake, I want to see if there's any questions and pass it back over to you. And thank you very much for the partnership and having us kind of highlight what Gillico is in the marketplace to help IAMS agents.
Yeah, no, thank you, Nate. With all of that being said, well, I guess first off, there is no questions right now, but if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to put them in that questions box right now, and we'll certainly get those answered. But I'm going to launch a poll, and this is if you'd like to get contracted with Gillico, and say you're already contracted but would just like more information, certainly click yes to that, and I'll be more than happy to shoot you over more information once this webinar concludes. And again, don't hesitate to type any of those questions into the questions box. And then later today, or just down the road, next case that you're working on, don't hesitate to let your sales director know, or myself, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to run some illustrations with Gillico, and let you know why it can be a good fit for your client, why it makes the most sense. And if need be, we can always loop in Nate. But yeah, no, other than that, I don't see any additional questions. Thank you everyone for your participation. Is there anything additional you want to add on before we let everyone go on with their Tuesday, Nate?
I don't believe so. I really appreciate everyone jumping on. I did notice my slide said 2025. It is not 2025. It is 2026. So I apologize for that. But this is going to be a great year for us. We've got a lot of things that we're working on, increasing our offerings, making them more and more competitive. So be on the lookout for changes this year, and we really appreciate anybody that's looking to give us a try to support your business. We do not take that lightly. We believe in service and a long-term partnership. So with that, Jake, I'll pass it over, and I wish everyone a great rest of your January.
Yeah, no, thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Nate, and the continued partnership. And if anything comes up, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you.